The warrior sensed the end approaching. He had never felt power like this. A lethal ray from a vampiric technique tears through his chest. The vampire knight watches with cold pride as his foe collapses. The warrior falls. The fight ends. But death is not the end. When a living being dies, its soul returns. It travels. It withdraws from the dungeon verse. It withdraws from Remmenhal. It withdraws from Castinia. It keeps withdrawing until it departs from all that can be departed. For at the boundary of reality itself rests the cube. The cube is the final frontier of spatial existence, the last structure standing before the abyss of nothingness. The cube contains ideas, you see. It guards the primal blueprints, what may be, what once was, every concept that ever existed or ever could exist. Ideas dwell here in their true forms, not as faint reflections, not as shadows on a cavern wall. Beyond ideas, the cube shelters two colossal constructs. The omniverse, the first idea, the original spark of creation, a realm where ideas awaken and become real. And the barrel. The barrel holds every soul that ever lived or ever will live. Souls, unlike ordinary ideas, possess life. They are living concepts, the essence of all beings, from cells to gods and titans. Within the barrel, all souls are equal as they wait. When a life ends, the soul returns to the barrel and is cast once more into existence, sent to a random universe as a random being, to live again. Most souls are ancient travelers. They lived countless lives, wearing many forms across ages unremembered. With each rebirth, their memories are stripped away and scattered, leaving the soul seemingly new, yet never truly empty. Faint echoes of what once was still linger, hidden in dreams, instincts, and unexplainable longings. Then we have the Omniverse, the place where all of reality happens. It is where souls and ideas materialize. The Omniverse is made up of megaverses. Each megaverse represents a complete setting, a realm imagined by a person, a world written by an author. Famous stories, comic books, movies, once they are thought of, they become their own megaverse. There are countless megaverses. Some are very similar to one another. Some were thought of only once and then forgotten. Others became famous. Among these metaverses lies the Castinian metaverse, where Remmenhal is located. Many megaverses have attempted to connect themselves to others, but none has been as successful as Castinia. Castinia's oldest beings are the primordials. There are 36 primordial entities. Each has their own hyperverse where they reside. Among them is the primordial of creation. This bird-shaped entity embodies creation itself, and hence, it creates an origin, an offspring, a lesser creation deity. The origin then, by instinct, creates a multiverse. Gods, demons, celestial beings reside on the upper realms of this multiverse. These upper realms are known as mystic realms. And below them, we have the first realms, the mortal universe. A universe filled with countless galaxies, each galaxy with countless stars and planets, including planet Earth, where you live. This whole multiverse lives a long, plentiful life, and along the way, it gives birth to countless life. Many souls from the barrel experience life, and then die. For everything that lives must die eventually. including this entire multiverse and its respective origin. When this multiverse and its origin die, the creation primordial creates a new origin, and he creates a new multiverse in an endless cycle. But one of the primordial entities felt extreme nostalgia for the universes that died. It was the primordial of memories, Remmenhal. So, in his own hyperverse, Remmenhal started creating copies of the fallen origins. They are known as mempors, memories of prior origins. And due to their nature, they created. There currently exist 36 multiverses in Remmenhal, created by their respective mempors. There have existed 40 origins in total. One is still living their first life outside of Remmenhal. 36 have been revived, and the remaining 3 have been destroyed or are lost. Remmenhal's hyperverse bears his name, and it has a wide variety of beings from all these 36 multiverses. On top of this variety attracts even more life from outside of Castinia. Dranagal, the Queen of Dragons, created the Dungeonverse inside of Remmenhal. The Dungeonverse is considered a Xenoverse, a realm created by a foreign deity from beyond Remmenhal and Castinia. The Dungeonverse has a single gigantic planet, the size of a galaxy. This planet is in the shape of a pyramid, and it contains 4 main floors. The bottom floor is the initial dungeon, a nearly limitless maze. It is green in color, and it's known for its merciless environment, heavy gravity, and dangerous monsters. In order to access the Dungeonverse, one must possess a Dungeonverse key. These keys are highly sought after, and are one-time use. They vanish after being used. Adventurers that enter the Dungeonverse are called Seekers, and they must have soul energy of rank 5 or higher, and arrive at one of the many Dungeonverse entrance portals spread throughout the multiverses in Remmenhal. Upon entering the Dungeonverse, you are teleported to the first floor of the Dungeonverse. In the first floor, you are required to work in teams and have to do many combat-based challenges. If you are able to complete the first floor dungeon, you will ascend to the second floor of the Dungeonverse. Unlike the first floor, the second floor is quite a beautiful setting. Dragonites serve as the law enforcers, so there is much peace. Many Seekers decide to stay and live in this floor for a while, as it offers great standards of living. The criteria to be able to pass this floor is individual. You are assessed in several skills such as raw power, intelligence, character, magic, etc. And if you are deemed worthy, you are notified via a letter, and they will let you through to the next floor. This may sound easy, but many Seekers hit stuck on this floor without ever figuring out what they need in order to ascend. The third floor of the Dungeonverse is an administrative floor. It is said that the dragons and gods of the Dungeonverse have their residences in this floor. Besides them, small robots work as servers and assistants to the many Seekers reviewing their paperwork and prizes. Seekers are able to exchange their dungeon coins for any and all currencies in Rememhal here. Trade the items they acquired while in the dungeons, read history regarding the Dungeonverse, and review and sign agreements pertaining the fourth floor. The Colosseum floor. Many Seekers are content with the first and second floor dungeons, but the majority go through these grueling floors in order to reach the Colosseum floor due to the many rewards and networking one can accomplish in that floor. But the rules of the Colosseum floor are not straightforward. If they are not careful, they may end up as slave fighters, so they are encouraged to read the fine print before ascending to the final floor.
And this is it, the final floor of the Dungeonverse, and perhaps the most popular place in all of Rememhal, the Colosseum floor. Warriors from Rememhal and beyond gather in this massive floor. There are thousands of Colosseum arenas in this floor. Frozen arenas, flaming arenas, soccer arenas, water arenas, floating arenas, etc. Most of the events are combat, but we sometimes see non-combat events such as sports or even entertainment. But most people come here to witness and maybe even participate in the highest level and most glorious combat there is in the entire Omniverse. This is Rememhal.